Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This time I have my December Bath & Body Works empties, and what a month for empties it is. I don't know what apparently possessed me during the month of December, but even for me, I went through quite a few empties. So I'm just gonna jump right in so that this video doesn't last an eternity. So I'm going to start with my fine fragrance mist. I used up one in Midnight Pomegranate. This spilled over from November, so it took me, I don't know why, but quite a while to use this one. I really love this fragrance, so I used it up toward the beginning of the month. I don't have the key notes, but it's a very heavy floral, so it says pomegranate, but it's definitely more of a floral. You can find these in some stores during SAS, so if you're interested in like a dark, heavy, almost like a blackberry spice kind of patchouli floral, then this would probably be up your alley. So I recently found some at one of my stores for 75% off. So if this interests you, or if you like Midnight Pomegranate already, then definitely make sure that you check that out and see if your store has some. The next one that I used up is another fine fragrance mist, this time in Twisted Peppermint. You guys know, if you have been with my channel for a while, that Twisted Peppermint is my jam. It is my holiday traditions thing. Every single year, I'm here with the Twisted Peppermint. So I like it. I like the body care a little bit more than the candle. I think the body care is a little bit more edible. It almost has a bit of like a chocolate note to me. So definitely more peppermint. It's definitely cooling on the body. But yeah, I really appreciate that it smells like something I would eat. So always a Twisted Peppermint girl. And here I am finishing another one. So until December with this one of, I guess this year now, you'll just have to wait till December of this year to see me empty another one. Okay, so speaking of Twisted Peppermint, I finished up also the shower gel. I did not pick up a lotion this year just because I'm finding anymore that I'm going through lotions really slowly, and I just wasn't at a point in December where I needed another one, so I decided to just kind of like nix it and just get the mist and the shower gel. So the shower gel keynotes are Cool Peppermint, Sugared Snow, Fresh Balsam. I think they're like a tiny bit different than what they used to be, but it's always the same fragrance. So great peppermint fragrance. I love it. I would definitely repurchase. And again, in December of this year, you'll see it again from me. Speaking of Twisted Peppermint, I also used up both of my soaps in Twisted Peppermint. It's wonderful. I love it. Again, it's my jam. It's my thing. So yeah, not much more to say about it, but yeah, I went through 2 different soaps in it this winter. Now, speaking of soaps, I don't know what possessed me to go through so many this month. Like I said, I typically go through like 2, maybe 3, but this time I went through 4. So I also went through my very last summer soap. It is Boardwalk Vanilla Cone. I was not in much of a rush to finish Boardwalk Vanilla Cone just because I think it's appropriate year round. It's a little heavy for the springtime, but like I can still get down with it. The key notes for Boardwalk Vanilla Cone are Marshmallow Fluff, Vanilla Bean, Creamy Caramel. It's just a very heavy vanilla ice cream fragrance. So it's not my favorite, but I do enjoy having a couple throughout the year. So this is actually like one of several that I've used up, and I would repurchase this. I'm sure it will come out in the summertime, at least probably. So you'll see it again on my channel. The next one that I finished up is a foaming soap. As you can see, foaming is my preference, in Frosted Coconut Snowball. The key notes are, oh, they're on the side. Let's see, a Merriam Bright blend of creamy coconut, whipped vanilla, and sugar crystals. I really don't associate coconut with winter, but you know, whatever. It was just a fun coconut fragrance. It definitely broke up the monotony of like things that I think are more appropriate for the winter time. But yeah, so like I said, generally not like totally my thing, but I can enjoy it. I would repurchase, but not go crazy with it. All right, so those are the rest of my soaps. I also finished up a couple more shower gels. I finished up the last of my fall shower gels, and you'll have to bear with me. Hold on, kind of losing my light here. There we go. Whatever. I'll just roll with it. Okay, so I used up the last of my fall shower gels. I used up a Wild Blackberry and Vanilla. The key notes are Blackberry Nectar, Whipped Vanilla, Golden Amber, Creamy Sandalwood. I actually didn't like this by the end. You know, like it smells okay in the bottle, but I feel like when it's on my skin and being used in the shower, to me, I kind of get like blueberry yogurt vibes, and like it's not terrible. It's not the worst thing in the world. There could be worse fragrances, but it's just not really my thing. So I'm glad that I tried it, but I don't think I would repurchase this one. I also used up, again, my very last fall shower gel in toasted praline and pear. The keynotes are poached pear, toasted praline, graham cracker, tonka bean. And again, this one was okay. I wish I got more pear. I wish the pear was more of like a top note. It's what I get from this is really more bakery. And again, it's fine, but not necessarily what I wish it would have been. So I enjoyed it for the time being, but I would not repurchase it. And the last shower gel, like I said, there were many. The last shower gel that I used up is this Vanilla Bean Noel. I decided to pick up one Vanilla Bean Noel just to have it. It's generally not my thing, but I decided to get it anyway. The keynotes are fresh vanilla bean, sugar cookies, whipped cream, snow-kissed musk. And yeah, it's pretty similar to Boardwalk Vanilla Cone. You know, not my favorite, but I never pick up anything from Vanilla Bean Noel. Like, I just kind of pass over it. So I decided to just pick up one thing, get a fix, and then kind of move on with it. And yeah, it was fine. You know, like I said, not my favorite, but I can enjoy it from time to time. And yeah. And then, oh, I guess one more shower gel. I used up a travel size in the Stars. I was in Kansas for probably half of my winter break, and I just used up a travel size of that. You'll see a full size of In the Stars probably in January from me, where you'll get a more in-depth review about how I feel about it, by the way. But I did use it up in December. Okay, so getting toward the end, I also finished up a lotion in gingham. I'm really not sure why Bath & Body Works is marketing gingham right now as if it's new. Like, this has definitely been out for a while. I bought this back in February or March. This was the lotion that I had the longest in my collection, actually. So the keynotes are blue, like I want to say freesia, but it's not spelled the same. I don't know, fresia? I don't know, whatever. White peach, fresh clementine, violet, and clean musk. Gingham is hard to describe. Like, you kind of just have to smell it for yourself, but I don't really pick out any of those notes in particular. It just generally smells like a light perfume fragrance. So I enjoyed it. I don't think I would need to like really hoard this, but I can use gingham products maybe in like one thing, maybe about every other month or so. So definitely not something that I'm like, oh man, I really need to wear this on my body all day. But yeah, I think it's nice. I think it's a little hokey with the notes. I really, like I said, I don't really get those things. But if you want a perfume fragrance that isn't really heavy and isn't necessarily that mature, I think that gingham would be a good one. I also used up a scrub. It is the Sand and Sea Salt Body Scrub in At the Beach. I picked up several of these, I think maybe at the summer SAS. It was definitely at an SAS because I got these 75% off, and I think it was a summer one. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I have 2 more of these. I've used up 2, so 2 more of these. The keynotes are white frangipani blossoms, toasted coconut, bergamot waters, sea salt breeze, and sun-kissed musk. Now, with this scrub, I don't really get the fragrance that much. It definitely just smells like more of like a sand scrub to me. So I don't know, like I get a little bit of like a clay or like a Play-Doh vibe. And I know that sounds really terrible, but in the shower, I really don't notice it. It's more so in the bottle I can smell it that way. I think that this does not smell like At the Beach. I think that if you want At the Beach, you're not gonna find it in this particular product, or you're not gonna find that fragrance in this product. I think you're way better off getting the spray or getting the lotion, shower gel, whatever. I've noticed that the kind of like square, or I guess the rectangle bottles of At the Beach are 50% off right now. Maybe they're trying to phase out like that packaging, but yeah, you'll probably find them at your SAS if you're interested. So I like this scent. I would repurchase the scrub if I find it for 75% off again, but like I said, you're really not gonna get the fragrance out of the scrub. And then finally, the last 3 items I used up are 3 PocketBacs. I used up 1 in gingerbread latte. Now, while I didn't like really hate this one, I found that it was just a little bit too spicy for me. You guys know that my tolerance for spice is pretty low. And yeah, it definitely smelled like gingerbread. It was very gingerbready, but I think that because it lingered, that was just a bit too much for me. So if you want an authentic spiced gingerbread. I think this is it, but for me personally, I wouldn't repurchase it. I also used up a Vanilla Bean Noel, again, just because I really don't ever get this one and I just wanted to have it for a little bit and then move on. It was fine. Probably won't repurchase next year, but I was really hoping for a fresh balsam and just never found one, so that's why I wound up with this one. And then finally, I finished up my beloved Twisted Peppermint. I always get at least one Twisted Peppermint PocketBac every single year, so I used this one up first out of the 3 of these. Really enjoyed it, and yeah, it was just a very fresh, minty smell. Really enjoyed it. So that is it for my December Bath & Body Works Empties. I believe that was 15 products. So usually I go through about 9 or 10. My January empties will be smaller, but there will still be some great stuff, so make sure that you stay tuned for that at the end of January. As always, please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at YellowBrickExpat, same way it's spelled here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.